go, some more water moving this way. We are bleeding quite a lot of water into the electrolyzer, though. So it's going to take a bit before we can get this one up and running properly. But we'll get there. The liquid lock is pretty much done now. So with that said and done, let's go ahead and build that up now. We built the little gas jet. Good, good, good. Drop that down to... I mean, you could make this 10 grams if you want. It literally doesn't matter. As long as there is some natural gas in there, it can't fail. I'm going to make that a 7 priority. There we go. So with that done, we can now hook this up there and there. And on a 7, we can delete the unnecessary vents now. As you can see, always got room to filter in. So a 0 power gas vent. Filter. The problem is if you have a lot of 1 kilogram packets of the filtered gas, that filter will start missing some amount of the gas passing. Yes, that is true. But since it's only being supplied by a single pump, that'll never be the case. But that is very good point that you bring up, because I didn't cover that. But gradually it'll build up, and then eventually you'll bleed through a tiny amount of the gas. The filter will be perfect, but you will lose some of the gas that you're wanting to keep. But on a single pump system, or in that instance, you would have to put in a flow limiter, basically. As long as you've got a flow limiter in the system, it can't break. So that's one way of resolving that. In fact, you know what? Since it costs me nothing to do, I may as well do it, shouldn't I? But if you're wondering why that happens, is because, let's say, okay, we've got this system of 10 grams of the gas here. Let's say this is a 1 kilo. Then 990 grams moves across, moves down, moves up. This is now 10 grams, and another 990 moves across. So at this point, this is always 1 kilo. But 10 grams always gets through. So that first 10 grams moves across, and that's 20 grams. So now only 998 gets to move across. So 20 grams gets absorbed. So there's now 30 grams there. 997 moves across. Eventually you get to a point where 10 grams slips through. It's annoying, but it exists. Right. No, I need to leave that there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a little flow limiter. Exactly the same. It's a gas valve. And I'll just prevent it from ever being, 1 kilo. If you know that this is the only filter there, that it's a 10 gram filter, then you could just flow limit it to 990 kilos. 990 kilos. 9.9 kilos, and that would work fine for you. What are you grabbing? Picking things up, and I'm not sure what or why. Most peculiar. There we go. Right, so now, let's go ahead and hook this up properly. Exactly this as well. No, I don't want to made of aluminium, please. Just 9 that. I think I'll get that done pretty quickly. But that is how you set up a very simple and inexpensive filter. I could set them up down here if I wanted to for the liquids. And they, each one of those is 120 watts that I'm not drawing off my main grid. Ollie is the kind of game where you have to make choices about which game mechanics you feel okay about exploiting. Liquid locks, door pumps, door crushers, pipe filters, etc. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's... The idea there is that the game... And it's the same as the door locks, really. The game has a... only one element in a space at a time. Realistically, what would happen is it wouldn't be a packet of like, it wouldn't be sending 1 kilo packets of natural gas and then occasionally a 1 kilo packet of chlorine. It would be a constant stream of natural gas and also chlorine. There'd be X many parts of chlorine per X many parts of natural gas, but in terms of the... I hate you. In terms of the actual coding, that makes sense. Because it would be a nightmare to do that normally. Oni is a game of shortcuts in terms of the actual simulation. By necessity, it really couldn't exist if it wasn't just full of little shortcuts to make the simulation faster. Would someone please come here and build this right now? Wouldn't a pipe element sensor coupled with a vent or a gas shutoff be easier by now? I mean, you could do that. It costs energy, though. But yeah, no, that's absolutely a possibility as well. In the same way that I use the element sensor to check for germs. Yeah, you can totally do that, and that's a lot cheaper as well. Because that's only 10 watts, but you still need power to make it run. You know, so there is that that to it. The downside is, unless you use 2 of them, you would have a scenario where you could be venting the wrong type of gas. But I could easily set one of those up instead. Oh yeah, I mean, the game would be crazy if it tried to realistically model the way the gases and liquids interact. Oh, take care, Gears Works. Thanks for dropping by. It was really wonderful having you here. That'll run for a little while. Feeding down a bit more energy to our generators, which look like they're doing okay. Indeed they are. Oh, there we go. Energy tune-up. On the wrong thing. Oh well. I kind of feel like I really don't want to set that to a 9. That feels so wrong to set that onto a 9. As important as it may be for me in this moment, I feel that that would be a very, very silly thing to do. Need to find more places where I can pull things off the grid, though. Yeah, this is a problem. This takes way too long to charge up and then only runs for a little while. They've shut off the pipes now, so new liquid coming in will drain into the system, at least in theory. Once that's full, I'm going to be able to start hooking this up to a little hamster wheel just to get some power into the system. And that's when this is going to start filling. And the good thing about that is once that has got any power at all, once the regolith is moving in, the regolith can move around without further power. Eventually, it will heat up the waters to the point that it will turn into steam. Okay, I'm going to shut down my research labs completely. Don't need them for now. Reject all. Okay, you've done some more of the ladders. Well done. Let's get some more of this mined out then. This coal is incredibly important right now. Followed by all of this. There you go. Why is that not branching across? Oh no. Ah, damn it. I didn't manage to get that. Sorry, I accidentally deleted that when I was deleting everything else that was going on down here. Deconstruct you, deconstruct you. Don't need power to these things. That's a real... Oh, wait, I remember why I did that. It's because there's a switch there. I was about to say, why on earth did I wire it like that? That's ridiculous. But no, there was a reason. Right, let's deconstruct this as well. Oh, it's all actually set to be deconstructed. I'm going to bump the priority up to 7, though. Decent amount of water moving up. How's this looking? Now this is set to send a green signal if below. There we go. So we've hit the amount we needed. So it is now time, at very long last, for us to start powering this up to a little bit. Now the issue here is that realistically I want to... I could make this just out of gold amalgam. It will overheat eventually, but that is a pain. On the plus side, because this now exists where it does, I can run this through. We've now got a lock there. Which means I can deconstruct this, deconstruct that, and in fact just break in there now. And as a consequence of this, although it would burn out the wire pretty severely, I could run a wire as a temporary solution just straight across there. It'll power everything up enough for us to get things going. going to make this a 2. No, I'm going to make this one a... Yeah, I'll leave it at a 5, actually. I think that should be fair. There we go. Let's make this... Honestly, at this point, let's make it a 9. Let's just get this done. It's now that I want to start bringing up some hydrogen. Thinking about it, though, the hydrogen can't escape this room, so why am I going to be bringing it in like that? I could use a gas emptier just to get the hydrogen in here. Didn't even think of that. I do not think about using gas emptiers nearly as much as I should. I really should consider that more often. I've tried instantly flashing polluted water. Like what? If you have petrol generators of 100C, they release dirt and steam instead of polluted water. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I've tried instantly flashing polluted water like that. Problem is that the dirt just loves turning into blocks instead of dropping an item, despite the low amount and burying the floor. It's super annoying. Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's just get someone on this as quickly as we possibly can. Okay. There we go. It's time for us to disable this for a moment. And finally, after a very, very long time prepping for this, can we get this done quickly? My regolith is way too cool because it's been sat in there, gathering all that. But we can put in things like the iron. In fact, you know what? We can sweep all of this on a 9. Let's not do it on a 9. Let's see. Sweep all of that up, though. All of that up. Some of it's going to be cool, some of it's not. The stuff that is cool will come out the other end. It won't be an issue. There we go. Where are you taking whatever you've just picked up? Oh dear. I need this to be a higher priority. Where are you going with it? If you just go and stick this in a container, I'm going to be most vexed. If you put it into something that can use it as a filtration medium, I'll understand. You are. Oh, well, it's got it. What? No way. This has been on the whole time. Oh, I bet that's why people have taken so long to sweep things. Why? Harms my soul. Okay, so this stuff is just being brought straight back up. It's like, yeah, no, this shouldn't be down there. Some of it should stay in there, though, soon. Mafic rock should stay in there. Have a watch of it. No. Oh, because it's cooled. Is any of it going to stay? Okay, yeah, no, that shouldn't have been in there. And the Mafic rock, which is... It's already losing a lot of its temp. Oh, well, I guess it's losing its temperature to the rails itself. Okay, I hadn't considered that particular scenario. Well, yeah, I hadn't considered that scenario. That makes sense. Have a look at the temperature. Yeah, the rails themselves, I imagine, are warming and cooling over time. Not entirely certain of that, but it will happen. Vexing, but it's a thing that's going to occur. Okay, I'm going to cancel the sweep over here unless they've got something massive that is super hot. That can be swept. Sure, that can be swept. Yeah, that can stay out. So can that, really. What I can do for the time being is I could just set this to allow things that are below 100 just to get the system prepped. That Aavak rock temp, though, is dropping pretty bloody fast. Is that regolith? Oh, yeah, that regolith's okay. So this is going to keep some of the material in here, just heating up the water there. It'll take a while, but it will happen. But then, as the system gets properly primed, we'll bump it up a bit, little by little, till eventually it's doing the right work. There we are. Regolith is being sent in the right direction to feed the shovels. And down here, we can see the regolith dropping temp really aggressively. The water is not heating up super aggressively, but it will, given a bit of time. But we want to let it get up to 100 degrees. We don't want to keep it in here if it's below 100. We need the water to flash the steam. And then once that's happened, the rest can come on after a bit. Now, this is going to be stuck in here until we get more power. I may... Oh, I could hook up a bank of batteries over there, but... I'd rather hook it up to the main grid, really. We'll just see what we can do. Yeah, now it's actually cool. And it's going to be cooling the water, no less. But we'll get there. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get all of that rolling, but it will happen. I'll take the algae. Not that I'm really using it. You are a derp. Why? Every single time it's you. You are a menace. Why did you do it in that order? Oh, there's more bloody regolith up there. Oh, you know what? That's fine. I don't mind too much. There we go. More sweeping, please. All the sweeping all the time. It's going to take us a while to get this up to the point where it's really going to make much of a difference for us. But we'll get there. Actually, I'm going to set this to 105. Because I would prefer that this not... that not keep it too close to the point where it would condense again. Now, is the stuff over here reasonably warm? No. That would really not be good. No. Okay, that's fine then. We are getting there, though. I'm actually going to set this to call for some the moment it drops below 60% instead of really low, so there's a long wait for someone to get there. It'll call them with plenty of time to spare. Okay, the water's up to 72 degrees, 73 degrees. That's excellent. Okay, we're getting there. Now, eventually, I want sweepies to do a lot of this work. Like, literally have a sweepy dock somewhere around... Oh, there we go. Seeing some of it flash to steam. More water will be dropped off to deal with that. But whenever it flashes to steam, it will pull the temperature of these items down. Because they'll never be hotter than the steam which floods there. That's the idea of it. Got some very hot iron moving in. Okay. I shall leave it to its task for now. But whilst all of that's going down, have we got any of these tuned? That is frustrating. It's the whole point of having it in a power plant. Right, time for me to up the priorities here. We need these made really quite badly now. It'll be a little while before this is ready, but I want it to be hooked up to the main grid before then, if I can. Ugh. Okay, well, that's annoying. It hasn't got enough power right now to keep this going. Ah, there we go. Dumping more back out. Hopefully there's not another duplicant space. This is sure more convenient than the layered door regolith to petroleum heat exchanger I built to work around the conveyor heat transfer bug. Is there a conveyor heat transfer bug? I'm not actually sure what that bug would be. We've got the water up to 81 degrees now. It's not that much further. It's not going to allow any more water in for the time being because this can see it's over 50 kilos of water on the floor. And it prefers to keep that fairly low. And until we've got a certain presence of steam in the room, this will not allow any more atmosphere in there. This won't allow the generator to turn on either. Okay, there we go. We're starting to make some progress now. I am pleased. Why is there wee water there? Silly dupes. Oh, starting to see the CO2 levels dropping around here. That's very nice to see. That's shockingly nice to see, actually. Though water level's also dropping, which is not as good. That one could say is actually kind of bad. Well, we can now continue to excavate this little area. Again, reasonably low down now. I need to run that up. Probably don't need it that high, but I'll do it anyway. Again, it can't just be me that thinks it looks like a really nice pattern when you just carve out little, carve out the rooms of Abyssalite and don't really damage the walls more than you have to. I can't be the only one that finds that satisfying. I even tried to sculpt the parts that I've had to dig out to make it look more natural. Okay, got a little bit more to do down there. I'm actually going to break that, though, so that they don't finish building that, so I don't burn out the circuit at all. Okay, that needs to be done. Kind of need that one done pretty urgent. I'm going to put this on life support priority. Because I need power. Without power, most things stop working. And when most things stop working, that is bad.